Hey everybody, Cindy Utter here with my artsy endeavors. Okay, we're back to our deck of cards and we are on number 46. Now if you've been watching me a while back, sorry, I didn't mean to drive you crazy there for a second. A while back, if you remember, I was using some modeling paste and some stencils, and I actually took one of these cards and put some extra on it, and guess what? It's green. So we're going to use it. So yellow and green. I've got out a couple Target paints. I've got marigold and avocado. Got to put on my eyeballs or I'm not going to be able to see a thing. I like the texture on this already. So what I'm going to do is I want to bring in some more of these yellow and greens. So let's see what we can do. This is like an avocado. I'm not sure if I'm going to like it or not, but it's different. Alright, we'll throw a little up here. I'm going to keep this main green here, I think. And I want a little bit of this yellow. Now I'll take it right out of the lid. Yellow and green. Like I said, when I did up these prompts, I am not sure what I was thinking. But, hey, it works, right? Yellow and green, and I've decided I'm not into that avocado green right now, so that's just gonna be put away for now. Let's see what else we've got here. We've got some emerald green, kind of matches that. I like this yellow. There we go, stick your fingers in it. There we go. That's what happens when you stick your fingers in paint. Let's get a little bit more of this yellow here. Cover up that avocado. I'm not in the mood for an avocado right now. So, yellow and green. See, I always think of, when I think of green, I don't know why, I automatically want to go to red and green, but again, that's Christmas colors, so. Not sure what all we're going to do with this card, but we're going to start out with our colors and we'll go from there. Cover up that 5. Alright, let's dry this up and we'll see where we're going to go from here. Okay, now I'm going to go in with some of this emerald green as soon as I find my... Okay. Break up a little bit of this yellow here and there. I feel like singing yellow and green, kind of like silver and gold. Okay, we're going to dry it up again. Okay, I got out my little silicone mat here. Got some archival stamp ink. Just gonna throw a little bit more to it, add a little bit more texture. Okay, like it. What else can we add to it? Okay, I've got some of this. It's like a mesh. It's sticky on one side and not on the other. And I like playing with this stuff. I just really enjoy having this stuff on hand. It's kind of like a drywall tape, only this is just a yellow mesh. So, just another layer of texture. I'm not cutting them straight or even because I don't really need to. Like I said, one side is sticky. I'm not sure how well it's going to stay down, but we'll see, won't we? Now let's just make, oops. I'm going to cut a little circle or semicircle out of here. right up here in this corner. And I'm going to cut another little circle. Come on. And that's going to go right down here. It's not really a circle, but close enough. Okay, I like that. Now I've got this feather stamp here, and the reason I'm going to put the feather stamp on here is because I found this in my bag of goodies. And this is from my dear friend Gina Ahrens. And what it says is, it says, you don't stop laughing because you grow old. You grow old because you stop laughing. And it's by Michael Pritchard. So I really like this. Number one, it goes with our yellow and green theme. She actually stamped it in a green ink. And I'm just kind of cutting around it. No, it doesn't have to be neat. That's not what I'm looking for. Just having fun with it. And boy, how true is this saying? You really, you gotta laugh. The way I keep saying is, you gotta laugh, if you're not, you'll cry. But I really like that. I want to put this on here. Okay, but before I put this on here, I am going to use my feather stamp again, or I should say now. And I'm just going to run my feathers. Aren't they cool? Look at that. I think I found this stamp in Hobby Lobby on clearance, maybe. Well, it had to be on clearance or I wouldn't have bought it. So it was either on, well, it was either on clearance or it was really cheap. So one or the other. And I'm going to give it another line or two. That was my phone. Don't mind it. I'm just throwing some feathers on there. Okay. Clean it off on my drop paper. Throw it back in the box. What else have we got in here? Oh, kind of like that. This is actually for clay. I believe you're supposed to put texture in clay. But you know what I've found? Anything like this that can make a mark, use it. It doesn't work too well, but hey. Yeah, it's got little squigglies there. See them? Little tiny squigglies right there. Right there. Anyways. Okay. Where is my... Clean it off. There goes the paintbrush. Alright, throw that back in the box. Alright, we're going to use some matte medium to stick this down, because I know it won't want to stay any other way. I'm not sure if the ink she used is water soluble or not, so I'm just being real careful. Oops, and I just pulled up some of my green ink because it's not quite dry. That's what happens when you try to do this stuff in a rush. Not really rushing, but... Alright, and now I've got to find my Stabilo. That's going to take me a minute because I'm not quite sure where it is. And we'll be right back. Okay, so I found my Stabilo, and what I want to do is I want to go around this feather because I really want this to stand out. Okay, and then the other day I received, oops, this really cool package from Prima. I actually ordered one of their warehouse sale packages. Oh my goodness, can you say well worth the money? Holy Duger. It was amazing. It is just amazing. It has so much stuff in it. There go again. My fingers are sticky, so I'm pulling paint out. Not liking that. That's just me. Alright, so anyways, I ordered this package and it's got, like I said, a whole bunch of really, really cool stuff in it. Okay, and I'm not liking how this is going, so we're going to change it a little bit. I'm actually going to take some gesso off my palette over here, and I'm just going to, with the water brush, just kind of make this stand out a little bit more. There we go. I think my hubs just came home, so I gotta chat with him for a few minutes, and then we will finish up this card, and we'll keep going on the rest of our deck of cards. Yeah, I wanted that to stand out, so I like that. That stands out much better now. So we'll be right back. Okay, back again. Dinner is done. Hub is off to the shop. So it's so funny, when I walked over here, the minute I saw this, it looked like an ear of corn. And I imagine it does from far away. I'm not sure why. Not sure why I was shaking there. But it was kind of funny. I got out my glitter pen, and I just want to, I'm going to go over laughing. Okay, just to kind of make it come out a little bit. Now what I was saying is I ordered one of the Prima boxes. They had a special, they were doing a warehouse sale, and it came with all kinds of really cool stuff in it. Well, it came with this package of, it's called a crystal sheet. However, there was a bunch of different colors, and I wanted the yellowish strip. But look where all the crystals have come off. Isn't that sad? I think it's sad. But anyways, so I'm going to use this. Oh, there goes another one. And there goes another one. It's got a sticky back on it. I don't want them to fall off. Yeah, see, I have to cut them though, because I want to use just a few of them here and there. They are not staying on this sticky back at all. They are not. So we're going to have to work with them a little bit differently. Let's see if we can get some to stay on. There we go, those ones stayed on, those ones there. I'll put those right there. Now see, they're not staying on. They're not staying on the sticky. So Prima, I'm kind of bummed. They're really pretty, but they do not have enough adhesive on them to stay on the sticky. Yeah, see, they're all coming right off. Alright, so that's not going to work. So those I'm kind of disappointed in, but that's okay. Alright, so we move on. Put those to the side. Now, I also got a bunch of flowers and just really cool stuff. So I found this little yellow flower, which I thought was adorable. So we're going to take that little yellow flower, get rid of some extra glue here. And this little yellow flower we're going to put down right here. Just because that's cool. And then they had these. They're flowers, but they're like a a real shiny flower. They cool when they have green. So we are going to, I don't even want to try and see if they have a back to them that stays on. I'm just going to glue them down like they are. And I'm using my Aleene's tacky glue. One more. We'll put that one right here by this flower. Not one of the prettiest cards, I don't think, but it's different, and it's going with our yellow and green. Let me see if I can find. I have got to find more of these round. Still got a little bit left in it, not a whole lot, but. Alright, so there we are. We're going to do that for yellow and green. And again, it says you don't stop laughing because you grow old. You grow old because you stop laughing. From Michael Pritchard. Alright, let's see what's up next. Okay, we got number 47. And number 47 is Owl. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and sand this up pretty good so that my medium, whatever I decide to put on it, will stay. Alright, so that's done. And now I'm going to do 2 coats of gesso. I don't really need to have you guys watch that. It's just plain old gesso. I have a couple bottles here that I want to clean out. So I'm going to go ahead and get 2 coats of gesso on this, dry it up, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got 2 coats of gesso on here. They're nice and dry. I've got out some Dylusions paints. I have Vibrant Turquoise and Fresh Lime. And I'm actually going to use the, I'm going to use my smudger here, my blending tool. And I just want to put just some of each of these paints on here. So we're basically starting off with our first layer of a background. That sponge is kind of, I don't like washing out my sponges, so. Alright, we'll dry this real quick, give it a shot. Now we're going to go back in again, same colors, going with this turquoise, and we're going to go back in with the lime, and I'm just doing that to create some type of a texture. I don't really want it to be just okay, I really like it. Alright, so now we're going to get this dried up. I'm going to take and put these paints away, and we're going to go on to our next layer. Alright, I didn't put those paints completely away yet because I decided I actually want to do some stenciling with them, with those colors. So I've got this, this is by the Crafters Workshop, and it's TCW 522S. I'm not sure what that is, but that's okay. Alright, and I'm going to go back in here. I'm just going to use this, and I still have my original paint on here. Okay. And then I'm going to take the same stencil, and I'm going to use the green, and I'm going to go in here with the green. Alright, I like that. And that just gives us another little element. Let me bring it back out a little bit. Oops, wrong way. Okay, just gives us a couple different layers. Now I am going to dry this up, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, well, it's been a couple days since I actually started this card. It's number 47 and it's Owl. So I'm just trying to get my thoughts back together as where I was going with this. And I had this stencil out and on top of it, so apparently I planned on using this. So let's see what we can do. Why not, right? We always can just pick up right where we left off. That's called art. Okay, I like that. Now, one thing I do have to do is I have to get another journal out. Now, the reason I haven't worked on this for a couple days is I did another minor rearrange of my studio, rearrange I should say. There was a part of it I just didn't like, and I had this great big huge shelf in front of me, and that's now gone. I have a small, shorter shelf. However, I still have my camera mounted thanks to my hubby. So, you know, it's just been one of those days. So what I'm going to do, I just want to put this in here. Just going to wipe off some of this blue paint. I'm wiping it off on a journal page out here on the side. Alright, let's get some green. That's the blue. This is, ooh, goodness. It's actually a little bit stiff, but that's okay. It'll do what I want it to do, right? Let's put just a little bit of green here. Okay, I just want a little bit of that on there. Okay. Just cleaning off my stencil on this other journal here. Alright, we're going to dry this up, and then we're going to start working on our prompt of owl. So I'm going to do some drawing on this. So let me dry it up and we'll be right back. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a thin, real light outline of an owl. Now this is what I'm thinking. I'm going to have a branch here that my owl is going to be sitting on. Okay, maybe a branch coming down this way. Okay, so I'm just putting a general in here right now so I have an idea. So I'm going to have my owl body and my owl head. Of course I can't draw a circle today. That's alright. This is just a vague, which I think is going to be a sleeping owl. Okay. Make little twos. Okay. So just a general owl here. We'll decorate her all nice and pretty. And actually my owl is going to be done. I'm getting my finger in that paint. That's alright. Okay. I don't know if you can see that or not. You see my little owl sitting there? Okay, so she's sitting there. Now she's actually going to be done in these colors. These are Target colors. I've got Neon Hot Coral, Shimmer Fuchsia, Satin Violet, and Satin Azalea. So she's going to be a very pretty owl, right? So let's find some paintbrushes. And let's see. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to gesso her. Now I actually have this little, oh, I just lost it. Hold on. I have this little can of gesso that I've actually used 99% of it, but I want to keep using it because there's not much left in it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to gesso her. Just to try to get an outline here. Make sure I was recording. There's one wing. Actually, we'll make it like this. Now, should I bring her tail down here? Owl have a tail? I think so. So that's going to show underneath her. Have to get comfy. Ouch. My back is very unhappy today. I've done quite a bit over the last couple days. I went to my granddaughter's, her end of her summer program. They had a talent show. It was so cute. I actually have a video of it, and it turned out so well. I really like how it turned out. It was great. They were talking about, they sang this little song and they went bear hunting. And they had to go through a wheat field and they had to go across a bridge, over a river. And where else did they go? And then they snuck into the cave. Then they said, "I see two eyes." It was so cute. They were little kindergartners / first graders, and they kept passing the microphone around, and they were just so adorable. So glad I didn't miss it. It was just amazing. So, alright, so there's one coat of gesso, which is good for now. And now, we're going to start working on the colors. I cheat. Shake them up really good and then use the tops. Works out better that way. I just love painting. I have so much fun doing it. A purple owl. She's gonna be purple. Purple and pink, and we'll just see what color she ends up. First layer of my owl. Her head's a little bit large, but that's okay. She's a what's the word I'm looking for? Not well endowed, that's not the right word. She's a healthy owl. Okay. Gonna make her tail. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be. It's just going to show that much. Alright. Alright, I noticed one thing already I have to change about my rearrange here. I need my water closer. Ouch. So we're going to have to fix that. Alright, now we're just going to put some purple on her, pink. Oh, it's not dry enough yet. I'm going to put in all her features and everything once I get her painted. We'll put in her features and her dimension. We're just just going to keep adding to her until she looks like a beautiful owl. I'm intentionally leaving that white because I'm going to bring in an eggshell color. As soon as I can figure out what I did with my colors. Oh, they're over here. Okay, so I've got egg. This is satin egg. Try this real quick. We're going to add more to her. Sorry, I'm not talking today. I'm just enjoying painting, and that's what happens when I get into doing something that I happen to wander off in thought, I guess. But okay, now I want to gotta get a little bit darker of a purple. Can you see? Whoops. Let's try to stay in camera here, Cindy. My healthy owl. Just decided to take some of this paint sitting here and add it. Why not? Again, right? Back in with some more eggshell. And then I'm going to have to dry this really good so I can keep going. My phone's weeble wobbling over there. She doesn't look much like an owl yet, does she? Alright, let me dry this up. Alright, so she's pretty well dry. Now I want to go back in again with more paint. Trying to decide how I want to do this. Give her a little bit more, just some more layers. back here, Kurt. Sorry, back into painting again. Not thinking. Alright. Still want a little bit more of this eggshell in here. My phone's a ping-ponging. No biggie. Okay. Now I'm going to dry it, and then I'm going to take a Stabilo, and I'm going to turn my phone down. Alright, that's enough of that. Turn you down. And let's take a Stabilo. And we're going to take a pen. Let me dry this real quick. Okay, so we've got her dry again. Now, I'm going to do the branch, but I'm going to do that a little bit different. So right now I'm just going to take some black Stabilo. Just give her some shadows here and there. Keep calling her her because I don't know too many male owls that are pink and purple, do you? Don't know many female ones that are either, but hey, she is. Okay, let's see what we've got here. I'm sorry, can you guys see this? I apologize, I keep pulling it down here. I'm sorry about that. Not sure what I'm doing with her little nose here and her little beak or whatever, but hey, it looks cute. Looks cute. Never said I was able to draw, ever. I have never claimed to be able to draw, and I never will be able to draw. No, excuse me, I will never claim I can draw. Because I know practice makes perfect, but I enjoy playing too much, so. Alright, I like that. This I want to kind of darken in here. This I want to darken in here. I want to darken her some more here on the sides. Let me get that darker. Get this darker. Alright, I'm going to leave her be for a couple minutes because I want her to completely dry. But in the meantime, I'm actually going to show you what I was going to do with the branch. Friend of mine, Gina Ahrens, actually sent me this wonderful, it's really soft, but it looks like pressed wood, doesn't it? I think it's awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use that and create the branch. Let me back up a little bit. Whoops, wrong way. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just take my sticky scissors. Apparently I cut something sticky because they're really sticky. Okay, and what I want to do is I'm going to actually make the branch. I'm going to use tacky glue to tack it down. Now I'm not worried about the intersection here because I'm actually going to put some flowers in here. So I'm going to have a couple flowers here and there, but I love the idea of using this. Let's see, I want to cut it this way. So we're going to cut it there, and then it's just going to go off that way. But I want it to, I don't want it to be so straight, so we're just going to put some wobble in the wood. A little bit more. I'm just adding some, there we go, bumps and heights. This I wish I'd have done the same thing, but that's okay. Alright, let's just take this. I love this. I don't know where you got this, Gina, but it is fantastic. Love it. Whoops. Okay. Now I think I'm going to do another piece, just kind of right there. And I'm going to take this little tiny piece I've got and it's going to go right here. Okay. And I gotta fix my owl's face. I don't like the way it looks, but that's okay. We'll fix her. Alright, so I love that. Isn't that cool? I just love the way that looks. I gotta finish this thing here. Let's see, we need another little piece to just kind of just so we finish it. Whoops. Might help if I take the top off, ding-a-ling. Okay. There. Love it! Alright, let me pick up this stuff, and then I'm going to start working on her again, and then we're going to work a little bit more on the background, and we'll be right back. Okay, so I fixed her. So I kept looking at her going, what is wrong with her? Well, it was her nose. It was upside down. So I fixed her nose, which is all good. Now, I've got some of these flowers from Prima, and I just love them. They're so cute. And what I'm going to do is I've got these little tiny brads here that I'm going to use. A couple pink, a couple purple. Let's see what else I have in here. I'm probably going to do 4 or 5 of these, so 3, 4. I need another pink or purple. And I get neither. Oh, there's a purple. Okay. So I'm just going to take these little flowers, put a couple different colors on them. I'm going to use my little poker tool to make sure I have the hole in them, which I do. Throw a little brad in there. Flatten it down. And one of these is going to go right here. This one I want to put the darker on the top. I love these little flowers, but sometimes they're so thick I'm not sure if it's 1 flower or 2 flowers. Take a brad. Usually these have holes in them, but sometimes you'll come across 1 or 2 that don't. Like that, and we're going to do 1 more, I think. Do it with the light on the top. I'm sorry, can you guys see what I'm doing? I'm sorry. I keep going out of frame here. And just put my little brad in. Oops, get in there. Flatten it down. Look at that, isn't that cute? Okay. Take our tacky glue, tack the back of them. 1, 2, 3. Alright, now I took that Stabilo, so I want to go back over this a little bit. There we go. Give her a couple eyelashes. Let's go back there, you. Alright, now she needs more decoration, so let's put these up. Love these little bottles. Aren't they great? Alright, let's take her now. I'm going to grab my Posca pens and we're going to start decorating her a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to bring you back down in. And let's see, let's give her a collar. And then what I want to do is I just want to where's my phone again? I like her. Isn't it funny? Alright, now what I want to do is I still want to bring in some more of this black. So I think this is what I enjoy the most about doing art, is you just get to doodle. You don't have to, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. And that's, you know, the other thing about the mixed media itself. It does not have to be perfect. It really doesn't. Just enjoy. Yeah, this must be a big one. Yep. Just enjoy the process. Enjoy having fun. Put your own touch on it. I mean, I'm not doing anything, you know, crazy as far as a hard technique or complicated technique. I'm just having fun with the paints and you know, any of the materials that I have. I enjoy playing. To me, it's just a lot of fun. Okay, I think I'm going to call my owl done. So there you go. And let's see what our next prompt is. Be right back with you. Alright everybody, we're back. Now we're on number 48, and this one actually is Zentangle. So I've got this card. This is one of the cards that I don't even know what I started on it. Maybe an abstract. I don't really know. I just know I put paint on it and didn't like how it was going. So I'm actually going to use this for my Zentangle. So this is number 48. And while I was redoing my studio and doing the rearranging, that sort of thing, I actually found these stencils that I forgot all about having, and they're like a light cardboard. And I got these from Walmart a long time ago. There's a ton of them in the package. So I was just looking, and I really like this butterfly. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to Zentangle a butterfly. And we're going to start it right here. I'm actually going to use this stencil to trace it. And I know these were relatively inexpensive at Walmart. I know they weren't, I don't know, $4 or $5 if that, I think. I just know they weren't expensive. Oops. So I'm just going to outline the butterfly. And then we're going to make us a beautiful Zentangle butterfly. Oops. This doesn't want to cooperate with me. Come on. Alright, we got us a butterfly. Let me bring you in. I always do that the wrong way. Okay, so we have a little butterfly there. Now, instead of using just a pen to do the Zentangle, what I actually want to use is I've got some odd and end markers here. These are Pen Touch, and and a Posca. The Pen Touch, I received these from Jet Pens, and I like the way they write. I've got silver, copper, and gold, and then I also have just a real fine white Posca, and then I may use some of my colored Poscas depending on where it goes. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to draw in the butterfly body. Alright, and then we're going to start Zentangling. These I don't believe I'm going to Zentangle. This I believe I'm just going to fill in with a black pen. Basically because they're way too small to Zentangle, I think. Now this is a Pilot multi-ball that I'm using. This I believe also came from Jet Pens. And it writes really well over acrylic paint. So it's nice to do this kind of stuff with. The tip is very, very sharp on this, and I notice if you push too heavy, it almost acts like a knife. Alright, so we started there. So let's get our Zentangle going. Now I am going to probably fast forward this process because if not, you guys are going to be really bored watching me do this. So I'm going to be quiet. We'll go ahead and Zentangle and then we'll color it in. Now what I have and how I started Zentangling, let me bring you back out. I have quite a few of these Zentangle books, and what I'd like to do is I go to the back page because it shows all the different designs that are in each of the books. I have a few more over here, but I think these are the ones I'm going to use. And then what I do is I just try to find a pattern that I really like. See all the different patterns? And if you can't figure out how to draw the pattern, then you go into the pages and it actually will show you step by step on how to draw the pattern. So these I think are a really good investment because it just gives you so many different ideas on different patterns that you can make via the Zentangles. Now I found one here from, this is from Zentangle 4, and it's the peacock tail, and I really like how that looks. Now, I'm not going to do the whole thing this way, but what I'm going to do, let me bring you back in, is I am going to, let's see, I'm going to make this butterfly wing come straight across here. Okay, and then I'm actually going to start right here in this corner of the Zentangle, and I'm just going to draw some and what I'm actually doing is I'm just going into the corners of what's already there. Oops, this one's got to come out a little bit more, and I'm just drawing. I'm going to fill actually this whole bottom portion in, and then anything in between you color. Let's see, that right there has got a spot, and then I'm going to do this one. There's a spot there. Now this is not an exact pattern, and I'm okay with that. I'm not worried about that. I just like the fact that I can make the pattern. Okay, so let's see. And again, I don't ever do anything exact. That's just not who I am and not how I work. So you're going to see some of this is, they're not even, that it's not a perfect Zentangle. But as you can see it's a cool pattern. Isn't that neat? So I'm just going to finish this up here. Color in everything that's not there. And of course, the other side is not going to be the same because you know what? I'm not perfect. Never claim to be, don't ever intend to be. This stuff makes my hands hurt. Okay. Whoops. Isn't that neat? Now I'm actually going to use some of these, the pens that I talked about, and I'm going to do some highlights in that. But before I do that, now I need to figure out what other pattern I want to use on the upper portion of them. And let's see what we can find, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I just looked at a few different Zentangles for inspiration, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to divide this. Again, they're not even, they're not exact, they don't need to be. Just making that line a little bit darker. And then all I'm doing is I'm just taking the tops, very tops of these circles, and just coloring them. I know it's kind of hard to see on this background, but I'll show you up close when I get done. Okay, now I'm going to put some dots in there. Now I'm going to do the same thing here. And I'm going to do it on the other end. So this end of the circle, I'm going to color that all in. This end of the circle, I'm just going to, oh, my pen decides it's done writing. Alright, so now I want to figure out, I've got 2 rows of that. I'm actually going to do a third. And same thing, I'm going to go back on the other end again. Okay, now it really, Zentangle to me is all about just making marks or a repeating pattern, or I don't know, Zentangle. To me it's very relaxing. Okay, now this, I'm actually, see what I did here? So I went ahead and I did the circles, and then I just put these zigzags in here. And I'm actually going to use some of these pens to finish those. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to do the circles. Now you can see the difference on that side between the circles on this side and the circles on that side. So it is worth going through and taking the time to, like I said, I'm going to darken in the bottoms of one row. Just darken in the bottoms. And then the tops, or I should say the bottoms of the other ones, whichever way you want to look at it. And then again the other side. My pen's taking a break. Alright, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the zigzags here. Let me see how I did them. I went, so I'm going to go like this. I'm actually doing them a little bit different. I'm doing the bottom first, which is okay. Then I'm doing the top. Doesn't matter, it's going to be zigzags. And then I'm just going to put little doo-doots in these. Okay, and again, I'm going to take those and we're going to highlight through that. So far, just very simple lines, and we've got a really pretty butterfly. So now, let's see what we're going to do on top. Let me think about this one. Alright, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to play. I'm just putting random dots in here. And then we're going to figure out what we're going to do with the random dots. Alright, so we've just got some random dots, right? So I'm just going to kind of like I'm giving them eyelashes, 3 of them. Alright, so I just did little squigglies on them. See them? I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. I'm not doing them in any particular order or any particular direction. I'm just wherever I hit the dot, that's which way the pen's going. It's not planned. So, you know, Zentangling doesn't have to be all about having everything perfect. Okay? See it? Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take these pens, and I said I wanted to do some highlights, and I really want to use this copper. And you can tell I haven't used it before, so let's get this going. First thing I'm going to do is shake it. Look at that, wow. And what I want to do is I just want a touch in each one of these little feathers. I am just barely touching this. I just want the slightest amount. Isn't that pretty? Love it. Actually, I'm going to take this copper, give them a copper. Whoa! Looks like a heart. You see that? Upside down. It looks like an upside down heart. Alright. Now, I'm going to take some of this gold. Do the same thing. This one I've used before. The same thing, only I'm going to do it in these circles that we made. Just the slightest touch of dots. Just the slightest touch. Can you see that? Actually, I need a little bit more on these other ones over here. They're not quite as much as I want. A little bit more. Listening to ZZ Top on my headset. Okay. Oh, I love it! Alright, now I want to take my white and I'm just going to go like this. I really want to go around this in white, and I'm just so afraid I'm going to ruin it. Oh, do I or do I not? You know what? I'm not going to go around the butterfly in white, but what I am going to do is take my white okay. And then I'm going to go back in with my copper, I believe. Yeah, I'm going to use copper. Oh, you guys can still see this. Let me go back in with a copper. Okay. Oops, wrong way. And there we go. We have ourselves a Zentangled butterfly. How cool is that? Woohoo! What's next? Hi, okay, what I did is I messed up. I actually started recording this and then realized I still had my music on, and I know YouTube is going to yell at me, so I shut it off, and we're going to start again. So this is number 49, and the prompt for this one is shabby chic. Now what I did, unfortunately when I had my music on, nothing crazy, I got out a piece of cardstock from my stash right here. I ran the card through the Xyron. You've seen me do that before, and I put this piece of cardstock on. That's all we've done so far, okay? Now, when I think of shabby chic, I think of lace and flowers and girly stuffs. It's the only way I can put it. So I've actually gotten out some different flowers. I love these pink flowers. I thought they were really pretty. So I've got those. I've got some copper-looking leaves. I got some bling here. I don't know. We'll figure that in. I've got some baubles here. We'll figure one of those in. I've got some lace. So the first thing I'm going to do is I actually want lace. So I'm going to use my tacky glue. And the first thing we're going to do is put down some lace. All right. It's okay, I only put the glue on one side. That's not a problem because there's going to be a lot more going on this card. I am going to do another piece of lace on the bottom. And I'm going to do it just like that. So we're just going to put the tacky glue along the bottom. Put our lace on. And we're going to cut. Alright, now I want to get out some cardboard because I'm going to actually distress some cardboard, and we're just going to have fun playing with this. So let me grab the cardboard, I'll be right back. Alright, so now I've got a piece of cardboard, and all I did is it's just a regular piece from a corrugated cardboard box. And what you do, this is the piece I'm going to be using, and what you do is you just peel off the front and the back, just like that, and you get these little cool pieces of cardboard. So that's what I'm using. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my distress stains, don't know why they're in there. I've got Victorian velvet and antique linen. I'm going to start off with the antique linen. And get my little dauber here, which will be this one. And I'm just going to distress it. Just don't want it looking like a new piece of cardboard, you know. That's not as dark as I want it, so I'm going to have to get my tea dye out. This is the Victorian Velvet. There we go, that'll work. Love this Victorian Velvet. I really like this distress ink. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat set this. So give me a second, I'll be right back. Now I'm also going to go around the outsides of the card with this Victorian Velvet. See how it just kind of darkens up the edges? Oops, I got a little bit more on the than on the edge. That's okay. And I don't have those that lace put down solid because you never know, I may stick stuff under it, on top of it, who knows. Just going to bring in the edges a little bit more. Maybe we'll use some of this around the top. Bring you guys back out a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm liking it. Alright, we'll heat set this, and then we're going to start doing an arrangement of flowers and leaves. I really like these leaves. These I think are really cool. I like these flowers. I don't know as I want to use all three of them. Again, these leaves, the bling I'm going to be using today, maybe the little goodies here, they're all from Prima. So, yeah, I like that flower. Looks like it's been all squished down. That's going to look cool on there. Alright, so let me go ahead and heat set this and then we'll start putting it together. Alright, so I got together a bunch of bits and pieces here, and we're gonna put this together and see how we can make it work. Okay, the first thing I was thinking of doing is I want to take this flower, again this is a Prima flower, and I'm going right about there with it. This piece of cardboard, I'm thinking maybe right in there. I don't like, this other side's got to be, I had to cut it off because it was too big. So I'm just going to re-distress it a little bit. A little bit more of it in there. Okay, with my finger bobber. Thinking that. Alright, so I'm going to start laying down these elements and we'll just work with them as they go, right? Alright, start out with a leaf. We're going to put a leaf right here. Alright. This flower's going down. I know I'm going to have another couple leaves down here, so I'll just throw some glue on the back. Oops, that's the front, back of it. And we're going to play. We're just going to see how our shabby chic is going to come together. Alright, this one I want to put down here. Okay. So far, so good. Now I really want this cardboard in here, so I'm going to add some Aleene's Tacky Glue to this. I know I probably should have put it on first, but I didn't. We can re-glue stuff down if it doesn't